whole world I wait for this. I'm at the beach drop off.
Morning, nice and decent people. Manners and respect. Wherever you're watching from, greetings from every part of the world. Manners and respect. Big up to the BBK community. Big up to the gang, the football lovers, the football connoisseurs. You know, I woke up this morning and I popped on to Sky Sports. And Sky Sports is losing their heads. Because they are a part of the ones who push this great agenda of how this great English teams are in the Premier League is and all this shit. And they're having to deal with the fallout of 6 English teams in the knockout round, and not one of them won. Because leading up to this, that's all they talked about. The English domination of the league phase and all this shit. That's all they talked about. They were on it. England this, England that, 6 teams, as it ever had. So they pushed it, how great the Premier League is, and a team that's facing relegation in Tottenham can finish 4th, can finish above all these men, can finish against above Atletico that put 5 past them. There was so much shit to unpack, right? Because let's be honest, we were sitting here laughing the entire football landscape, especially teams who follow Premier League teams, were laughing at Tottenham when they went to Madrid and held 5, which rightfully so. You hold 5, you get corn when you hold 5. And we were laughing at them. We didn't have a lot of business. Chelsea was laughing at them, and then Chelsea go hold 5 as well. It's the exact same scoreline. Football comes at you fast, quick, and in a hurry. You know what I mean? It comes at you so damn fast, you don't know what to have. But we have a lot to unpack today, even though I vented yesterday. And I appreciate y'all rocking with me. You know, I appreciate y'all joining. Big up to everyone. Big up to the legends in the chat. There are so many legends in the chat, but there's only one motherfucking E. Ross.
Maybach music. Like you don't care. Make them know I'm your niceness be there. Move your waistline and make your legs down here. Have the sweetest time when the sun got in and the moon starts shining. Something in my heart says this is love. Yeah. When it drop, it stop right there. What you want? Woman, I heard a little rumor last night. You're living dangerously. Woman, you're living too dangerous for me.
There's only one E. Ross. Big him up. Haven't seen him in a while, but when he comes through, he crashes the show. We'll pause there and ask for permission to continue the stream, brother E. Ross. E. Ross, you know. E. Ross doesn't flush the damn toilet. He just scares the shit out of it. That's what I've been told by the urban legends. One guy, one Don, and like E. motherfucking Ross. But also joining us is the Man United ambassador himself. Man like Wahaha. Big you up, my G. Kwaja is here. Mateo, the real bad man in the house. Anas Amanas from Jagans, the legendary Godfrey from way over there, sir. Big up, man. Big you up, my G. Mr. Cousteau is with us. Yes, sir. The assembled. Big you up. Thank you for being here, sir. It's mad. 5-2. There were so many clips floating around the internet. And good thing for Arsenal and top gooners, right? They can just like hide. You know what? The Chelsea thing, right? With the Arsenal thing, it's kind of like Saka was so bad yesterday that it took eyes away of how Martinelli was equally bad. Like Martinelli was shit yesterday, but Saka was worse. So it's like Tottenham and Chelsea were ass and cheeks in Europe, which is taking a little bit of this thing off. Arsenal went to Leverkusen and we were bad. So I have to ask the question, like, what the hell went wrong in Leverkusen? That's what I put in the thumbnail because I don't know. I stepped to the game with chest as if we were going to do something. Remember, in full shame and full disclosure, this is what I predicted. I can't hide from it. I have to hold corn. Blatantly wrong. I thought Chelsea would lose. I thought City would lose. But not by the margins that they did. But damn, flagrantly wrong with the 3-0 pick. I have to hold it. And if you are a Bodo Glimmet is on the other side of the bracket looking at us like, yo, we can take Arsenal. We can get at these men. Because I put it in the description, I think. I'm not sure if I put it in the title, but it's in the description. Like Bayern Munich, through. Atletico Madrid, through. Bodo Glimt, through. Real Madrid, through. Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal, who else? Newcastle, Barca, Liverpool, Gala, Arsenal, maybe. Remember when we asked the question earlier when we were like, how many English teams are going through? The answer could be none. Now, how does that go for the coefficient? Because surely, if every single English team gets knocked out, which is possible, highly probable at this point, or it could be one or two. It's not going to be more than three. Because on the back end of this, City are not coming back. Tottenham are not coming back. And City, Tottenham, Chelsea are not coming back. All three of Newcastle, Arsenal, and Liverpool are not going through. It's just on the law of averages. One of them are going out. So right now it looks like maybe two English teams might go through. So what does that mean for the coefficient of the top five? I know that the Conference League plays a role as well. Now, the England are now going to have to put their hopes in Villa, Palace, and Forest to carry the coefficient for the English teams in Europe. It's not a good look. And we had a part to play in that, unfortunately, getting placed on the easy side of the draw and still couldn't finish our dinner. But as more as I slept on the game and I wake up and I'm still feeling some type of way about it. I feel cheated. I feel like our football club or fans of Arsenal, don't you feel like the football club is cheating you? I feel cheated from good football because this is the only place that we could see it in the Champions League. This is where we've seen our better version of ourselves this year, right? In the EFL Cup, maybe. The EFL Cup form has been better than the Premier League form. That's why we're in the final. But we have seen the Premier League form spill over to Mansfield in the FA Cup, and now it's fully carried over into the Champions League. Now, I can't put that down to anything other than the nerves and the pressure. It's March. It's burnout season. It's squeaky bum time. Everyone is getting nervous, and it's showing in their play. That's one thing that really stood out to me after I had to process it a little bit. But the other point that I'm struggling with is this Kasper, the guy from Leverkusen, the coach. I think he's a Danish manager, Kasper something. Kasper Højlund. Fuck, I don't want to butcher his name. Right? But that guy seems to be an experienced manager. I'm not calling him a top manager, but he's experienced, and it showed. The way they came out at halftime yesterday and executed the play that they drew up in the dressing room concerns me. Like, damn, that man just did a tactical one on us to create the chance from the tactics that he drew up, and it didn't work, and then they scored from us. Then they scored from it, from a set piece, on set piece FC. Maybe we need to fix up on the set piece thing because it seems like we're getting away with scoring a lot of goals from set piece, and then we've forgotten how to defend them because we're conceding way too many goals from set pieces now. I don't know how much longer we can get away with not defending our set pieces properly. You know what I mean? So big up to everybody. City got dominated. Bad day at the office for the English sides. Godfrey, you know what? I see Pep I see Pep, like, he has this ability to overthink things, right, and overdo it, right? Because obviously I'm jumping through in the games because I'm not even happy about my games. I got one eye on the TV, one eye doing other shit, and then I look at the Man City team. I'm like, brother, it seems like Semenya was playing like a 10. You know what I mean? And it's not like Man City are lacking players in the 10 space. Foden can play there, Turkey can play there. And it seems like Pep overthinks it again. Like you think he could get away with it against Real Madrid. And let the record show that Real Madrid started an 18-year-old on the pitch yesterday. This is why I'm saying that we have youth in our team that's not being used and trusted. Now, there are a lot of injuries at Real Madrid, but the coach trusts a 18-year-old in the midfield against Man City. At one point, they had two 18-year-olds on the damn pitch because the damn Argentina guy came on against the big bad Man City who were pushing for this. They were pushing. And Mr. Donnarumma had a worldly, save the pen, and you're still going back with a 3-0 deficit. It's mad. Yeah. But this is the reason why Sky Sports can't get away from the English issue is because they're the ones who prop this shit up. They're the ones who talked about how great the Premier League is because we have 6 teams in the Champions League and all 6 qualify for the knockout rounds. And right now it looks like goddamn all 6, 5 out of the 6, the minimum 4 out of the 6 are going home. Let's just hope it's not us. You know what I mean? For all intents and purposes, it could be Liverpool and Newcastle. Imagine if Newcastle is the only English team that make it in the knockouts, y'all. Newcastle, you know, Jordy Dredd would be doing a madness. This time next week, we could be relying on Forest Villa to get that extra spot. Yeah, facts. And that's the thing. You could be relying on them to get those extra spots. They ass might be out of Europe next week. Because I think Forest got Midgetland or something, or Palace got Midgetland. I'm sorry, I don't keep up with the Euro and the Conference League. But I know Villa got Lille. Because Villa supposedly was sitting at the big boy table this year for, you know, European charge and for Premier League title charge and all that shit. But yeah, I fully hear it. But they could be out as well. Big up to Ross, man. Big you up, my G. Out in the streets, Maybach music. You know what it is. Big up Darren, the general. I know Darren's still vexed. Darren's still fuming. Man was cussing man at hard yesterday, brother. Yesterday was not a good day. Big up, Dal. Hope you're good, man. It was not a good day of football. Well, for us at least. Big up, Joins. Any team can get at us. It seems that way. When we look at Leverkusen yesterday, did they look like a team that was timid or fearful of Arsenal? Because when you look at the Atalanta game, you clearly saw 2nd versus 15 separation. You saw it. You're like, this team is finished 2nd in the league phase, and this team finished 17th or 15th, and it shows. When you looked at the number 1 team versus wherever the fuck Leverkusen finished, it looked like an even matchup. That did not look like the number 1 seed versus a number 16, for example. It wasn't a good look, right? You see Man City, who finished higher than Madrid. It seems that there were clear separation there between the teams. 3-0 actually flatters Man City, because they should be. The tie is over anyway, but there is still a slither of hope, you can say. You know what I mean? Chelsea finished above PSG. That was the 5-11 matchup. But when PSG took the pitch, it didn't look like a complete domination like Atalanta and Bayern. But you clearly saw PSG looking at Chelsea like, you men are not on our level. Where Duhe is in the box, there are 5 Chelsea defenders around him. A man has time to take a touch, turn, and aim and put it in the damn roof. Yeah, people, maybe we have to come to terms and really just, even though we follow Premier League teams, there is a problem of how Premier League teams match up in Europe. They don't have the tech. You seen the Antoine Griezmann touch playing through Julian Alvarez for that goal. That's quality and tech from 2 passes that lead to a goal. We see the Dembele goal. Cole Palmer almost scores. Less than 20 seconds later, the ball is in the net on the other side. Dembele stays his ass in. He knows that he's an offside trap. He knows that he doesn't have the discipline to stay onside a whole lot. So what does he do? He stay in his own half, knowing damn well Cucurella and Fofana ain't it. And he gets the ball, runs the length of the pitch, or half the length of the pitch. Fofana slows him down, and he's like, yeah, you can slow me down, but you can't stop me. Chop, chop, rinse, goal. You don't see those type of goals from the Premier League teams. You see set pieces, you see jammy goals, you see pens. And Bodo away going to be long for us if we progress. These performances are horrendous, and they're not getting any better, are they? That's the concern. This is when you want to peak. Now, yesterday there was a thing going through the space before the game kicked off. It was straight out the Top Gunner handbook, and I know y'all seen it. It was Arsenal haven't trailed at all through the entire Premier League Champions League campaign. We've never trailed this whole time. That was the trending. It was going through all the spaces, But now that's out the window. So you know what they went in the lab and came out with for the PR? They took PSG's run from last year. Remember, PSG in the round of 16 lost their first leg at home to Liverpool before they went on to do a madness and win the Champions League. So the narrative now is that Arsenal had a slow start, quotations, yeah? That's what they're running. And the slow start was tied to PSG had a slow start last year and proceeded to win this thing. So there's no need for Arsenal fans to panic. We're not panicked. I don't know if you all are panicking, but I'm not panicking because of the result per se. I'm more worried about the performance because that shit performance at the Emirates, I don't put any faith in it. Like, what's going to save us at the Emirates? North London forever. It's going to be the same tactics. It's damn near going to be the same lineup minus, you know what? Stick a pin right there. Speaking of lineups, it's going to be the same midfield is what I meant to say. It's going to be the same defense. It's going to be the same back five. I don't think he's going to bring Calafiori in for that, right? It's going to be the same back five. It's going to be Zubimendi and Rice, the 2 tired midfielders. Man, them legs are dead. Eze, who he doesn't rate or filled with confidence. He might change Gyökeres for Havertz. But the big change, let's see if he has the balls to do it, because the big change that he needs to make at the weekend is that right wing. Now we have a problem. You have Starboy, who just signed a new contract, massive contract announcement, open mic in the streets of outside the stadium, everyone walking up talking about how good Saka is and all this shit. That grown men, talking about how Saka has transformed their life and all this other shit. Let's see if he has the cojones to bench that guy. Because we're going to be honest, Saka deserves to be benched. I'll go as far as say, just with the limited minutes that Madueke has had this year, he has been the best right winger. And by best, I use the term best loosely. But he damn near has the goal of the season for us. He damn sure he's in the conversation for the Champions League goal against Club Brugge. What has been Saka's signature moment this season? Can anyone think of one? He's been bad. He's been so poor that we have to have the honest conversation. We're going to be honest, unlike Sky Sports. Imagine. Because if Newcastle go through, Newcastle Atletico, if Newcastle get past Barcelona, they will feel like they can get to the damn final, I really think so. Imagine Newcastle. I know Jody Dredd would love that. But at home at the Emirates, I think we should be favorites. Just. And part of me believes that now that we don't expect a blistering performance, because right now any Arsenal fan will tell you, brother, I'll take a stinky 1-0 to get to the next round. And this what we expect just to get through, however you get through, 1-1 at the Emirates like Palace in the EFL Cup. However you get to the next round, just get there. If we expect that, Arsenal will show up and beat them 3-0. When we're expecting a big performance, we don't get it. When we're expecting a big performance of 3-0, Leverkusen, best team, we get what we got yesterday. You know, remember the mutant that came in here the other day in all caps with Aaron London with his ghost account. Remember him? Top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League, top of this, top of that. Okay, let me ask the chat this. We got 30 people locked in right now. Who's top of the Champions League now? All that shit that they were talking about, top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League in the final, right? Top of the Premier League, that's where you want to be. That's, you know what I'm saying? In the final, fair play. But this top of the Champions League shit, who's the top of it now? Because it ain't us. We're facing elimination. You know who's top of the Champions League? Top, Bayern, Atletico, PSG, Real Madrid, Bodo. All 5 of those teams who have booked their ticket to the next round. And we're here fledgling. We couldn't have asked for a better matchup. And we're finding a way. Arsenal Football Club have this uncanny ability to make simple shit difficult. If there are any medical professionals in the chat who's ever read literature, and there's a word to describe a person or an organization that likes to make easy shit difficult, that's what we are. There's normally a word for these things, but I'm not well educated enough to know what it is. But no one makes simple shit difficult more than Arsenal Football Club. We can't just walk a straight line. I told man yesterday, Bodo will bop us. We are probably not going to beat them. We are relying on physicality and running. They play ball first. You know what? When the Champions League shit just ended, when the league phase just ended, you could tell any Arsenal fan this, even me. Because remember, we played Bodo in the Europa League like 4 or 5 years ago and made easy work of them, I think. I don't know if easy work or light work is a strong term. I know we got by them. But this seems to be a different version of Bodo. And they have a certain level of belief about them. They're playing with house money. No one expected them to be here. And that can be dangerous. Is it just adrenaline and it will wear off at some point? You know what I mean? Now, I feel cheated by the performance, Wahaha. Yesterday, we discussed the soft pen. Anyone who's saying that's not a soft pen, we've seen those given, we've seen them not given. We got away with one there. The performance is where I feel cheated. I thought we would have a good performance because the Champions League is where we've been. The Champions League is where we've displayed our best work this season. That was our worst Champions League performance. Now, there are many other games throughout the season where we can look at and say this was our worst performance as Arsenal Football Club. But none of those games that you could pick happened in this competition. Those shit performances in the competition came Premier League. Yeah, Premier League only because we're in a final. And even the performance at Mansfield wasn't great. We did create a whole bunch of chances. Our Premier League performance, our form, dead. Now we have a dud in the Champions League as well. Got to change the front line for the second leg. Try Jesus left wing, Gyökeres in the 9, or Nani in the mix. He has to give him a different look. 100% Godfrey, because the fact that Danish manager was able to look at a 45-minute clip of us, right? He looked 45 minutes. He looked at us and said, "This is what we're going to do to start the second half," and it worked. So now he has a whole 90 minutes of film. If we give him the same look and the same tactics, and he has a week to prepare for that, we are fucked. We are dead in the water. So he has to give him a second look. If not, then the game is over before it starts. You know? Yep, this guy. He got Denmark to the Euro semis where England cheated them. Man, so I know he managed in Germany at some point. Was it Mainz? So I don't know the name of the Danish team that he managed, but I know he was at Mainz for like a year or two. You know, yeah. I'm turning my attention to getting the Jordan 13 cherries tomorrow from 1998. Those are your favorites, yeah? I like the 11s, the 9s, and the 13s. VX Gunner. Those are the ones that those are my favorite Jordans. The 13s are cold, man. Maybe the real Farmers League was the English League. I told man about City. What'd you tell us, Mr. Cousteau? Is it over? I think it's over. I don't see that man coming back from 3. Vinny just needed to be serious, you know? And on the back end of it, they better hope Mbappe doesn't play, because that high line that Vinny was exploiting, the high line, I think Mbappe will get some joy out of that line. Trent to Vinny, it's going to be long for City. City is dead. So the hope that the Arsenal faithful had that City was going to still be in the Champions League and have to worry about Bayern on the back end of us playing at the Etihad in match week 33 or whatever, it's not happening. The Premier League are gone for them. Their quad bubble got popped yesterday. There is no quad for Man City. It's done. They're not going ahead. Us still have a chance to go on through. But if I were to pick today what the odds are of us going through, you know how it's slightly above 50. And it's only that high. It's because we're at home. It ain't because of the tactics or the players. And I'm not even sure that Mikel is going to give us a different look. We play like a relegation team, always lamenting one chance per game and then crying in the press. That shit relegation teams say against top teams. Top teams deploying relegation tactics is sad, says Joins. Hey man, big up. Darren says, not going to lie, I enjoyed the PSG Madrid games yesterday. Good football took our man off our shit performance. And this is another layer on why I feel cheated, right? Because we played first and had the opportunity to be all smiles, feet up, watching Chelsea get pummeled 5-2, watching City get ran ragged. It took the sting off. Yesterday should have been a great day of football following Tuesdays watching Tottenham get fist up. You know what I mean? Apparently, I can't remember where I heard it, but Leverkusen scored their goal. Your set piece coach walked over and so yesterday Yaga P was on here and said something. I didn't see it. I haven't seen it floating around, but if it's Arsenal and if it's out there, someone has the clip, and it will make it its rounds to a group chat near you very, very soon. But that's some old lame shit right there. I don't like that. Big up to Benito. Say, I don't know why people were counting out Madrid. The injuries, they have loads of them. I think that's why people were counting them out. Rodrigo did an ACL. He is out. Mbappe got the knee issue. Bellingham got a hammy. Alaba, no Militao. There's a lot of injuries, and they started the 18-year-old in the midfield against Ballon d'Or Rodri. And Ballon d'Or Rodri did not look like Ballon d'Or Rodri. And I rate Rodri highly, But yeah, yesterday it wasn't happening for him. Big up to Guna Rican. But that's why. And let's take a moment to big up Valverde, man. What a hat trick. It seems like Gehi realized, like, brother, this Champions League thing and the lights at the Bernabeu shined a little brighter than at Selhurst Park, or Vibrator FC in the Conference League where you were playing. Like, this was big boy shit, and he was getting passed around like a rag doll out there. That was not a 300K per someone who's on 300K performance. You know how we started the show saying Bukayo Saka, you're earning 300K, my boy. That was not a 300K performance. Matter of fact, you were the worst player on the pitch yesterday for Arsenal. Saka was. But goddamn, that Gehi yesterday, bro, he was getting ragged. Valverde turned the shit into his own personal highlight reel. What a touch. Donnarumma forget where the hell he was at, because he could have saved that if he realized he was still in the box. It's like he moved his hand out the way. But man, that's 3-0 flatters Real Madrid, Pep thought Madrid was easy pickings and got rocked. He must have looked at the injury list and that 18-year-old and was like, yeah, Ballon d'Or Rodri. But if you're Pep and you have Ballon d'Or Rodri, you have Phil Foden fit, you have Cherky fit, you have all these players you reinforced in January with Gehi and Semenyo, and you're going against the Madrid side that people say aren't up to the levels, and you believe, Pep believes that his team is better than Madrid's team. But clearly, Real Madrid, the competition starts now, Big Pep. And Arbiola, I'm sure he's not going to be the long-term manager for Real Madrid. Even if he wins the Champions League, they're going to go find someone else. And he was able to do a number on Pep yesterday. It's mad. Big up, man. Boom, bye. Got Blunderman not running the place red. Let's keep Ethan and run him instead. Turn wins into defeat. Like the players' legs are made from lead. Hey, let me find out that the Assembled used to write bars back. Hey, write me a tune, bro. Because I didn't even know you were rapping and rhyming until I actually got to the second instead. You know, the red, the instead from lead. Big up the Assembled. I butchered your comment, but point taken, my G. Tell them to get the fuck away from here and find them too. I'm in the room on the wrong table. Big up to Eros, man. We got 21 likes. Yes, people. And the community is growing as a nice and decent pace. I fucks with it. It's like a boxing fight. If you don't throw punches that can hurt, the opponent will start throwing their own punches. And that's what happened against us. Once we was down on the cards, we threw punches. Yeah, we're reactionary FC, right? We're not proactive and impose our will upon another team. You know, Madrid can be a counter-attacking team. They have blistering counterattacks, but they didn't sit back against Man City yesterday. They took the game to them. You know, over the top. Bang. We're going to exploit your weakness, which is your defenders are slow. I said it wasn't going to be no football content. Our game was that bad. The world chumps won their game. Again, in reverse score line 2-5. Yeah, I seen that clip though of Enzo scoring the equalizer and then pointing to his thing. Then he fucked up. That's when he knew he fucked up. You seen that those reels and memes. I don't have the memes and the reels cooked up. That's my bro views. He does all that shit and he does it better than anybody. But you know the meme and the reel I'm talking. It was at this moment he knew he fucked up when Enzo did that, because you're realizing, bro, you're at the Parc des Princes, right? You are at the grounds of the people that you beat to get that trophy, the World Cup trophy, and you're talking about world champs. And then that man is like, you know what? We'll show you. 3 unanswered goals. Bang, bang, bang. Inexperience showed there at the end. They don't have any ballers. They got system players. PSG practice attack. That's why they always score when they're on pressure. People know what they're doing. Players don't know what passes are coming. Yep. Right. Joins, did you see yesterday where we messed up a set piece? We had a set piece. It was Declan on the ball, and I think it was Martinelli and another player. And the ball was passed, and the two men then ran away from the ball. And we're set piece kings and shit. And we couldn't even get our set piece right yesterday. That's when I knew it was long. At what point did you, man, know that this was going to be a fuck up? Because it was right after the kickoff of the second half of me. That's when I was like, oh, shit. They're really going to do this to us. Because we did not come out the blocks in the second half look like we were ready. You know, Arsenal go to the dressing room, come on the pitch and huddle up, then took their positions and got played through with 3 passes. You know, you don't expect Odegaard to make a miraculous comeback. Now that Eze, yeah, I think he will. You know, I am not surprised if next Wednesday. No, we play Tuesday. Yeah, Wednesday, Tuesday. So at the Emirates Tuesday, I'm not surprised if Odegaard plays, starts and Eze is on bench. Matter of fact, I'll go as far as to say I wouldn't be surprised if he starts Odegaard for Eze and puts Madueke back on the bench and starts Saka. And if that happens, then we now know that it's politics at Arsenal. It's not meritocracy if Saka starts again. In the next Champions League game I'm talking about. He may start at the weekend in the league. But next week, the Leverkusen players want to see Saka. At least Nani came on and gave him something to think about. Saka gave the ball to him. That's all he kept doing. I think Saka had more completed passes to Leverkusen than to our own team. It's been shit, Darren. You know, can't hide from it at this point. You know what I mean? Glenn Huddle, you know. Yeah, England has ballers, bro. I think some of them are overrated, but I think Eze, you got man like Foden, these guys can play football. They're just not allowed to. You know what I mean? Big up to Gianni, man. It isn't a coincidence that when that the refs in Europe aren't allowing the corner kick nonsense in the Premier League and the teams are struggling. What? Set piece FC got out set pieced. It's amazing. I'm amazed when we score because we can't bank on any player scoring a goal every game. Yeah, those days are long gone. We're too rigid. You know, we look at our team and we know exactly where the ball is going before it gets there. We know this. And we don't watch film on Arsenal. We watch Arsenal games from an analytical standpoint sometimes, right? But we don't watch film where we pause, watch where the ball is and do study. Those other teams do. And it wouldn't be surprising me if that's what the damn Leverkusen coach did. Went back, look at some film, look where the spaces are, look where he could get an advantage and exploited it. Leticia, you know. I sense a little bit of bias there, my guy. Yeah. Who's top now? And that's when I see him, I ask him all that shit that you were talking about, top of it, who's top now? And this is essentially what we meant with that doesn't matter. Don't ignore these shit performances because then we're gonna end up in a situation where we're gonna need the home crowd to drag us across the line. And if we get to halftime next week and it's still 0-0, holy shit. I can tell you the Emirates is going to get real restless. Restless, quiet, transmit to the players. And you know what that means. It could be meltdown settings here next Wednesday, next Tuesday, next Champions League game. So what we have just done essentially is put more pressure on ourselves for next week, because now we can't rotate the damn squad, and we put more pressure on ourselves to win the game versus Everton, because we can't be going into. You can't come off of a bad performance, go into another competition in bad form, and face the same opposition in 3 days. It will be bad. And I know that the German league, the French league, they work with their teams to adjust the schedules around Champions League matches because they can't compete. They can't compete with the Premier League financially, so they level the playing field in other ways and allow their teams to rotate and reschedule games and all kind of shit. The real Champions League has started. I should have made that my title. I should have made that my put that in my thumbnail there, and that's a cold line, and it's 100% true. Who's the most dangerous team is the talk now. Look at Bayern, the way they did Atlanta, and as a neutral, right? I want to see Bayern and Real Madrid. That's going to be a cracking game. You're going to actually see football. You know what I mean? You score, we score. You miss a couple chances, we miss a couple. In the dying stages of the game, if it's close, there's one more big chance it falls to this guy who can be clinical. That's what it's going to be. The simple word is stupid. Big up, Ross, man. We couldn't string 2 to 3 passes together yesterday. Look how Madrid stretched City like a Oi. Going at it. Going at it now. Yeah, stretch up. Had them open all night like a drive-through. PSG gonna do what they did last season and turn up in the knockouts. Yeah, and I don't know if you were in here earlier, Godfrey, when I was talking about the narrative before the game. Arsenal haven't trailed in the Champions League all season. That's out the window now. So now the new one is PSG started slow last year, and we've started slow. So we're gonna go on a run like PSG. Just look at the football, right? Because the thing is, you can look at some of these performances, and it can help you predict the results. Big up to Jack Lyon. So Arteta has the squad depth, but won't drop his favorite players even if they perform badly. Saka is one of them. Saka is the one. He is the main culprit. And his performance deserves and demands that he be dropped. The problem is he might not drop him for the Everton game. He played well, and because he played well, he used that as justification to start him on Tuesday. So fuck it. Don't even play him against Everton. Nani played well, play Nani. Nani drew a soft pen for us. Saka couldn't even do that shit. Saka looked like he was terrified. Big up to Prom. Hope you're good, man. Big up, man. Mr. Peterson says Bayern finna cook Madrid. I can promise you that. At least if the referee don't help us in Madrid, or the referee don't help Madrid, they're gonna need a lot more than help, man. Because it's gonna be difficult to see Real Madrid can not score at the Etihad. And Real Madrid, they're not known for bottling 3-0 leads, are they? And especially in this competition, this is their shit. And yeah, we better first and foremost. And I'm worried, Eros. I'm not gonna lie. I had chess yesterday. I had all the chess, but today, I'm worried. You know what I mean? Yeah, big you up, man. I hear you. Appreciate you checking in. You get here when you get here. What the fuck? Wow. What is that? Yes, it's off. The contact was minimal. It looked like Nani feel a little bit of contact and just. If the ref did that VAR would have not overturned that. And I thought they would have overturned it. Right, but I guess what angle you look at, but that was probably the softest pen I've seen in a while. Yeah. I tried to send the merch back. Hey, they got your money. Oh, God. I got it.
Oh,
There it is. They got your money, man. Don't you worry. Big up G Wills. I told you and I'll say it again. Knockout stages in the Champions League is no fucking joke, especially for Mikel's Arsenal. If we're going to move forward in the Champions League, Mikel has to allow the wingers to supply the center forward, not vice versa. Brother, yesterday, Timber looked like he was the winger. Saka looked like he was a defensive mid. I'm seeing Timber on the line with his back to goal, demanding the ball from Saka, and he's passing it back to Gabriel. I'm like, oh, shit. It's going to be long. And it was, because here we are. It's sunshine. Hey, big up, man. At least you got some good weather over there, man. It's kind of gloomy outside, but the only hope we got is that we can, it's halftime, going into the Emirates 0-0 or 1-1. Your move, Arsenal. Bodo made their first move. He should be. Saka should be benched, bro. Saka's just, that's the worst game I've seen him play ever. And he's had some bad performances, but that one yesterday was, maybe the money is weighing him down. Saka still ain't releasing the ball to Yak. Plus, he's not the Saka that he used to be. He can't do it himself anymore. Injuries have destroyed him, and he has to adapt. So this is what I was on yesterday when Yaga P was here, right? I don't know if anyone have said it in the spaces, so I'm not gonna say I cracked the code on it, but I think that the new contract and the 50 mil to 300K a week is compensation for his fucked up hammies, for the medical malpractice. They say, you're not gonna be the same player. You're never gonna hit world-class levels. So here is some money to compensate you because, yeah, we ran you into the ground. That's what that was. Because that damn sure wasn't. It wasn't based on merit. 11s and the Raptor 7s. I love the 11s. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to remember just off the top of my head what the 7s look like. And as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna go do some shit. I'm gonna go do some looking. Not gonna buy. The ref moved real sus with that. Bro, the ref was shit. He was shit with that pen. He was shit with, you could argue that the player that scored against us should have been sent off. And then Kai Havertz and another man is grappling. And Kai is like this, because Kai is like 6'4" or 6'5", whatever. Another short man got his arms around and he booked Kai Havertz. Now, down the line, this is the very first game, right? So yellow card accumulation is the real thing. They don't get wiped out till the semis. So Kai picks up 2 or 3 more yellows and he's out for a game. And we can't afford any more injuries at this point in our forward line because the guys that we do have ain't really cutting it. Another right winger in the summer, Dembele would be a good option. Dembele ain't coming to us, bro. That's a pipe dream, I'm sorry, big up to Just Filming. So I'm sorry, man. I know we're top of the league and we're doing good in other comps, but we are horrible to watch even when we win. Yeah, football. This is not Arsenal. I wonder how Wenger feels when he looks at this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just it's true, man. It is true. Yeah, the all caps kind of jumps out at my eyes, don't it? Guna SE, to me, our chances of making the quarters is slim to none. Chelsea and City have a higher chance of progressing. Nah, they don't. But Chelsea and City are out, bro. They're out. We still have a pulse. Them man have flatlined. You know what I mean? So I disagree. I disagree there. Oh, good, Just Phil, man. I know you're passionate about the Arsenal, but it's not a good look. We're not fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. When we have a team full of quality, injuries is less of a concern. True. Gay, he got sent back to Palace with how Valverde did him dirty. Like he's never been up against this type of quality. And this is the thing. We talked about tech earlier, right, Godfrey? That the Premier League footballers aren't doing that. They don't have those type of techs. There's Njai at Everton that's doing some flary stuff, looking all techie. But other than one or two players in the Premier League, they're not allowed to showcase their skill. Man scored a bad boy hat-trick. You know, but Gay, he had a poor game yesterday. But he's used to coming up against strikers like the ones in the Premier League where he really don't really have that threat. And one of the things about what I wanted Rodrigo at Arsenal, right, is because I've seen Rodrigo putting man of the match performances with Mbappe on the pitch, with Vinicius on the pitch, and this guy Valverde on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that he was at Madrid and not playing because they didn't have the quality. Like Xavi Alonso just didn't fancy him left wing. Valverde had a madness yesterday, brother. He is like, I don't even know if I don't know what he is. He's like a utility player. I seen him right back. I seen him right wing. I seen him mid. He's all over the place, bro. You know, there were glimpses in the PSG game yesterday, even for the Dembele goal for the 2-1 versus Chelsea, when Dembele broke away and he had Cucurella and Fofana to cook. If you look to the left of him, you would think that would be like the PSG left winger, one of the midfielders. Nah, it was Hakimi. Hakimi is one of those players. He lines up at right back but drifts all over the place. As soon as when not in position, he is an attacking player. That Hakimi. You know. So when I said there is not a Premier League, a right back in the Premier League that I won't take over Timber, I say Premier League for a reason, because if that guy comes to Arsenal, Timber, you go in the left back, bro. He looked out of it yesterday. It looks like the lights were too bright for him in the Bernabeu, man. He's too slow. This guy is slow like snail mail, you know? Ketchup in a bottle that we talk about. Him. Salad makers. Even Salah was scoring last season. Scamming a title. Saka and Odegaard are trash this season. Trash. I bet, you know, that it's not looking good after that contract. So now we know. We got eyes on this, right? All eyes on him now. And we look at the weekend and we're like, if he's getting another run of games, if Saka start against Everton and in the Champions League, then you know it's politics. It ain't on merit. He does this. Pep overthinks. This is not the first time he's committed football crimes. He cost City a Champions League versus Chelsea in Porto in the final in 2021. Man, Rodri was an unused sub. You know, where Conte was on the other side. And he started Gundogan and shit. It's mad. Was the player of the tourney. Incredible performance yesterday. He should have taken the pen. He takes that pen, tie over. Because one thing you know about that brother, he doesn't fuck around. He's not going to run up and take a tame shot. He's going to rifle that shit in there. I don't understand these. Like, I get it. Ivan Toney apparently has never missed a penalty. And the way he takes penalty, he just stands over the ball, looks at the goalkeeper, and picks a corner. That's fine. But as a goalkeeper, that's not intimidating. If you're gonna have a goalkeeper who is as big as Donnarumma in goal, you have to intimidate him some. You know what makes a goalkeeper feel intimidated? A long run up, because he knows that's a rifle coming at him. When he see you do this little jump, hop, skip shit, man ain't scared of no power. Valverde takes that pen, it's 4-0, it's over. You know, if we got a pulse, they have it's faint. But I don't see there is not a cat's chance in hell that them man get past, overcome that 3-0 deficit. Like, Madrid might lose the game on the day, but they have enough of a buffer. Right? It could be a 2-1 City. A 2-1 City in a game of 90 minutes isn't crazy. But they need a 4-0 to go through. They need a 3-3 to push. Nah, it ain't happening. Yeah. Yep, benching Foden and Cherky was crazy. I don't know what man is on. Underestimated Madrid. Is that the Barcelona in him? Is that part of the I coach Barcelona, I'm going to get one over Madrid in the most embarrassing way. With all the injuries that they have, starting an 18-year-old in the midfield, I'm going to do some madness and try to. That shit backfired on his ass. G. Will said, Tyron, I told you we were having deadly weapons, but we don't have weapon specialists. Yeah, you did. Especially yesterday was a perfect example. Why the fuck are you taking off Young when we need goals? Let Havertz join them. And then he does the like-for-like thing with Eze and Jesus. If you're going to do a like-for-like, bro, take off Martinelli. He was bad. He was just as bad as Saka. I think he was Godfrey earlier in the chat said, hey, you start Jesus at left wing, Gyökeres and Nani. And they scored 2 goals in the first half. I think we got these, man. You know? Yeah, they thought there was the trash Foden. Trash Foden. PFA Player of the Year, you know. Was he not PFA Player of the Year at 23-24? Turkey. I'm hearing the game changed when Turkey came on, but Madrid was still having chances after chances after chances. So I don't know. Thibaut Courtois will big up Valverde for his hat-trick, but that young guy gave the ball away or was dilly-dallying in the ball. This is how confident Real Madrid was. That there was someone trying to dribble across goal by the 6-yard line and Nico O'Reilly get a foot onto it. What a save from Courtois, you know. Foden is cooked, or did Pep do an Ethan on him? Because Foden, we've seen Foden display brilliant technical ability. Now, I do agree that Foden was a passenger in a team of world-class players that helped him develop. Like, imagine deputizing David Silva and being ushered in while the team is winning. All those leaders, Vincent Kompany, Gundogan, Fernandinho, all these goddamn world-class players around the team, captains, and you're winning. Perfect environment for a young player like Phil Foden to thrive. Because other players that young with his quality was having to carry other teams, and now they get paid $300K and got bad hamstrings. But yeah, he's on 300. I think Donnarumma is on 300. Big money. Foden normally has a good game versus Madrid, but he's been bang average recently. I'm thinking in the Champions League he could show out. Poor form in this competition, but you're better in that one. Probably could have gotten a hand to the ball for the first goal. He pulled back. Maybe he didn't thought right out. If we're going to talk about like the world-class goalkeepers, which his name is in the conversation, we have to judge him as a world-class goalkeeper. Like, you have to know where your lines are as a goalkeeper, because the ball just goes right by him. It looks like he thought he was out there. How do you not know your positioning? For the Spurs if they stay up. I mean, they tried to sell Savio. I don't know how the deal broke down, but there was strong links in the summer of Savinho, whatever the correct pronunciation of his name is, to Tottenham. It just didn't happen because, I don't know, maybe the Daniel Levy tax. But it didn't happen. The assembler ghost rider for big pun. Yeah. The assembled been around, man. Seen enough. Seen enough, been there, done it all. You know what I mean?
You can catch me in the Cherry Red 150.
Ooh, got me some big pun on the mix. If Arteta robs me of the day where I can have a party on here and celebrate a trophy, I'm going to have a personal vendetta with him. Yeah, because he's a luxury player when City ain't the levels. Yeah, fair. That's fair. Yeah. He's been fortunate to be in a very good environment that would enable a young player to thrive. Most young players don't get that type of shit. Foden needs a new manager, a new club. He's not going to grow anymore under Pep. All that flair, he probably forgot that he had it. Now, City are out. Pick that matter out. Slightest of chances, but you need a big chance to go through a 3-0 deficit on Madrid. They're out. You know what I'm saying? So, if we win the Premier League that we're in charge of, beat them in the EFL Cup final, they're out the Champions League, does Pep go? Or if he goes trophyless, if they don't win the FA Cup because they have Liverpool, but it is at their ground, well, Liverpool can beat them. Oh my days, Dad, you are a waster, Oh, fuck it, it won't load, and I have it, but big up to that, man. I'm not a player, I just heard a lot. That's a mad one from Dal. The sooner Pep and Arteta fuck off, Footy will be get back to being excited in the Prem. I didn't go as far as to say football is dead and Pep killed it, but he was involved. He was aiding and abetting. He has a big part in this system football shit, man. I no longer enjoying Pep's football or the coaches that came from his coaching tree. It doesn't look good. When the ball stays with the center backs and Rice, it's a sign of a shit game. That's signs that we aren't playing. We're wasting time. Yeah. Even a 2-0, I would have been calm. I don't think they could come back from a 2-0. But, that Kafane looked like he felt confident. Normally when a young striker, a striker who is 21, 22 years old, comes up against strikers or a center back partnership that people regard as the best in the world, they're normally intimidated. How confident was that young brother? Yeah. Yep. And that has cost him. This may have cost him his World Cup spot, Dal, indirectly, because that got him benched for days. Got him benched for about a 2-month period. I expect Eze to do Valverde things. That in our system, bro. When you get into the box, you see like the goal that Eze scored against Mansfield. When Eze get in the box, he knows he has to take a touch and bang. If he tries to dilly-dally on the ball or tries to play someone else in, which most 10s love to do, that's one of the reasons you become a 10, because you like to set up your teammates. But he does. Valverde has the complete impunity and license to be all over that pitch. He has the quality to do it, and he showed the world yesterday. England is the only league in Europe playing this database football. Everyone is playing attacking football. Fair point. It's these idiots talking about at least we didn't lose like Liverpool and City. Fuck me, man. I just sat there like we're using others for validation. You should focus on you. Yeah, the best of a bad bunch shit. I'm all about looking at the others when it's copying the winning formula. You know what I mean? If the winning formula is sign good players, rotate your squad, play attacking football. Not build a big squad, only use a certain amount of players, and don't play attacking football, rely on your defense. That's where it loses me. You know what I mean? Big up to the doctor. Wish Eze would grab the games by the scruff of the neck if he dares. Because if he tries to do this, then he's being a maverick, or he's not carrying out the manager's instructions. And like Wahaha said earlier, guess who will be starting even if he's not fully fit on Sunday or Saturday? And I think we play first on Saturday. We play before City, so they can see 10 points on the board before they walk out. That's what the hell we need to do, right? They're coming off the back of a Champions League defeat, a heavy Champions League defeat, and a shit performance. Put 10 points on the board so they can see that they have some work to do. He's just not that type of player, or is Arteta shackling him by the ankles? Chain gang now. He knows if he doesn't do what Arteta said, he doesn't play. Yeah. Open like drive-through, bro. I think they close them now, though. The streets are dangerous now. Drive-throughs used to be open all night back in the day, man. But now Grandma said the only thing open past midnight is legs and hospitals. Everything else is closed. Big up to Kwaja, man. Love my G. I said 32 likes. Bosh. We're working with it. Saka looked hurt walking off the pitch yesterday. You ain't fit. And we know this. We know that he ain't fit, Jagans. It's like he got rushed back last year to play against Real Madrid. And we can see it. The burst of pace that he needed to get the separation to get onto his right foot. Now, even when they show him inside, he doesn't even have the confidence. He cuts back and makes a back pass. Mad. Remember, we only beat Bayern because they had several key injuries. I think Musiala was the only injured player. Luis Diaz was suspended. But I got you. What's good with Henry talking some funny ish yesterday, like he's on the take? What did he say? At this point, I just think he's fed up and he's very careful about what he's gonna say about Arsenal. But at the end, if we shit the bed, he's gonna say what he really feels. Because he already threw the jabs. Building is tall. He already threw the jab. Big up joins, man. Thank you for that. Now, how many games before Havertz and Odegaard are played Saka and Martinelli for the front line for 4 years? Yeah. And it seems right. And this is the most alarming part they assembled. Because Gyökeres is not doing much and Eze is just out there. Odegaard and Havertz somehow are being portrayed like they're the saving grace. As if we haven't seen that movie before. Try something different. But we're 46 games in the season, 47 games in the season. He ain't going to try shit different. He's just going to roll the dice on 4 trophies and hope we stinkhouse at least 2 of them. That's where I'm on. Timber from a right wing. Right, Timber was in advanced positions with his back to goal, asking for the ball. You know what I mean? Baby, I got your money. Big up E-Ross, man. If anyone got a penalty like that against Arsenal, Arteta, yep, true. PGMOL settings, we were robbed. All that. Yeah, the ref yesterday, shit. Bad. After every game, the Referees Association, I don't know if they do, I'm pretty sure they do it in UEFA as well. They get a grade. And the referees with the highest grade, the least amount of mistakes and all that will progress to the quarters. And from those referees, the highest amount of those rated, they'll ref the semis. And from the semis, the ones that, and of course, country affiliates and all that shit will referee the big game. But this guy, he's not refereeing any of the big games after that shit he did yesterday. That was poor. Saka was a double inverted winger yesterday. He was our worst player. It was bad. Not many times you can say Saka was our worst player and be true, but you will get no complaints from me. But he was our worst player, but goddamn, Martinelli was bad as well, man. He slows down our attack. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I read these comments so fast sometimes I don't even get the jab. I've been trying to tell people the old guard false nine system is dead, but we keep wheeling out the bottle jobs instead of players that have a point to prove. He is when we're in a final, so we're close to a trophy, right? We got 8 games remaining in the Premier League, and we're 4 points clear. I'll stick to the 4 points because I think City will beat Palace. So we're close, so to speak, relatively close. He's not going to change now, joint. Remember, we can go all the way back to when we had 14 games left, and we're saying, yo, we're going to see some of the most stinkiest football we've ever seen for the rest of the season. I just thought it was going to stay in the Premier League. I didn't think it was going to spill over to Mansfield in the FA Cup and then spill over to into the champs, where we've seen We've seen 7 good performances in the Champions League out of our 8 games. Well, out of our 9 games now, because I'm not even counting that one yesterday. Alphonso Davies is injured as well. Yep. Mikel on Trossard ups. He's trained, but he wasn't comfortable to play, and he was feeling something. Everybody's feeling something, but then he keeps on fucking playing him because Trossard is playing against Everton. That low block that Everton is going to have on us, Trossard's going to play because there won't be a whole bunch of space behind for Martinelli to run into, and that's the only time he's useful. Wenger only watches the big games. He ain't stressing through the regular games. The way he says he loves Arsenal, if Arsenal is playing at 4:15 a.m., he better get his ass up and watch that shit like I do for Mansfield, these early kickoffs. You know? Yeah. Nah, he ain't coming. We don't have that French connection anymore, bro. Like, back in the day, you said something about a French player to Arsenal, it'll be damn near, easy money. Yeah, that's a cold link. We don't have that anymore. Gone. At this point, even if Arteta win the quad, I want him out. I don't think if he had what it takes to watch another season of this type of football, it's torture. And I don't mean to bore y'all to death with it, just the way Arteta bore us with his football, but essentially, I regurgitate the same point I've said many, many times, that if he wins, he's going to double down. Because in the end, Kroenke and all these other men, they look at Mikel and say, you know what? First and foremost, we're paying you to make us money. So we're paying you to compete, stay high up there, give us the high payout. But second of all, we're paying you to win, and we're not paying you to play pretty football. So if he wins, he's going to double down. Unfortunately, I'm just hoping that maybe if we win something, that will give him the epiphany that he needs to say, okay, the football can get better. Because there is no way that he looks at what he is seeing up close and personal. He has a front row seat. If we're bored, I know he is bored. You should feel ashamed your football club is. You're the coach of a football club that doesn't play football. Don't pretend like you don't hear the noise. Love Simon, I am so late on the comments. I big you up. Don't know. I know Jamaica got a playoff, man. That's all I'm worried about right now. And if they get there, they get there. If not, burn down the whole federation. Timber was whinging in pain when he was landing on the ground yesterday. Asked for an op to help him up expeditiously. Him, Declan, Zubimendi, they are in the red, bro. And this is why we needed to kill the tie in the first leg so we could rest him for the second one. Because on the back of the second one, we have a final on that big-ass Wembley pitch. Him and Declan, bro, they're tired. They're blowing out their ass after an hour. It's mad, man. We told him. How many times are we going to tell him? He likes Spain, we are outnumbered, Mateo. There are more of them than there are of us. It's POF. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Exercise some discipline, young fella. We have told you many, many times. Vinny Trashed Pez. I don't know what that was. At least he apologized to the crowd afterwards. People don't want to hear that, man. If you run up and you rifle it and you miss it, fair play. But don't make the save easy for the keeper. For all the players, for all the players we think we need at Arsenal, add the Arteta tax, and then I'm convinced no attacker can thrive in us under Arteta's tactics. Impossible, and that's the reason he has to go. I hear that shout. And even the top gooners feel that way. Even the most staunch defenders of Arteta. Because when I asked them if you think Erling Haaland would struggle in our system, they paused. One of the most generational strikers in the world would struggle in our system. Why are you pausing? That means our system is shit. You know what I mean? Listen, E. Ross, go ahead and lean in real quick. We're going to slap you. That's not how you met your wife. Your wife met you. You are E. Ross. Remember this. Like, what are we doing, brother? Remember, mosquitoes don't bite you purely out of respect. Your traffic lights are always green. You know what I'm saying? Like, she met you. You didn't meet her. What are we doing? What are we doing, brother? Come on, man. You know the levels. Yeah, Vinny was bugging with. He played too that much. You look at Valverde. He's a serious brother. You know what I mean? He should have took it. He should have taken the damn pen. Scored 4 goals on Man City. 4 goals in the Champions League. That's plenty of man got a hat trick. He took that shit. Or was he not on the pitch by then? Did he get subbed out? Let me have a look. Nope, he played a full 90. He should have kicked that shit. That's the last. If you're Donnarumma, that's the last person you want to see standing over the ball. He's already put the ball in the net 3 times, and he's standing there. Yeah, you bring up Joker Vinny, and come on, man. Pull that, man. Yeah, he didn't look good. Semenyo didn't look good yesterday either. But I don't think it's Premier League text. I just think he was thrown in the middle of the park to play like a 10, and he prefers the space on the touchline. This is a point. You know, Pep resting the boys. And that's what we needed to do, right? We needed to kill the tie so we can rest our boys next week, but it's not. It's not. Blunder man listening to this Tupac Me Against the World. He needs to listen to something. Because right now, we're going to need every advantage we can get. And the advantage that we get being on that side of the damn bracket doesn't look like much an advantage. That shit looked like an evenly matched fixture. That did not look like big dog Arsenal versus Leverkusen. You know, before the damn Invincible run, these men were known as Leverkusen, you know. Second. Sounds familiar. But I hear it. Where am I at? I'm just trying to get caught up on the comments, people. Trying to skip up Mateo's madness, but it's hard, you know. Donnarumma thought he was outside the box. The ball ran right by his arm. That's the only plausible explanation I can think of why he wouldn't just grab it. And if you're meant to be a world-class goalie, not knowing your position, whether you're in the box or out the box, is like a rookie mistake, isn't it? That's some Kinski shit. You know, where would be a good club for Ford to move? Maybe PSG, where the big players leave. I think he could do well in that league. I think he could do well in Germany as well. Actually, I think he has enough tech where he could probably function in Spain. He has tech. He's just get the ball past the ball. That's Pep's thing. Get the ball past the ball. What do you mean dribble? No. Don't do it. English ballers tap and reach their peak too quick. Why is that, though? What is the why? I'm always interested in the why. Yeah, brother, it's aiding and abetting. We're involved. Just as guilty. You know, in most of the states, it's like states like Florida and Texas, most of the southern states, if I drive you somewhere, you go in there and commit a crime, I'm equally as guilty, bro. You're an accessory. Goddamn, Mateo. He's better mad, you know. Where the hell am I? Yeah, but Leverkusen striker knows that he will get the ball in attacking areas. His players try to set him up, and they don't get mad when he loses the ability. He's supposed to lose the ball trying to score. You know what? After Gyökeres went on like 8 games and didn't score, he was snatching at chances. He looked uneasy. He looked restless. And I compared him to Haaland in the analysis when I was on the domestic. And I was saying, like, brother, if you notice whenever Gyökeres gets a chance, he snatches at them because he doesn't know when the next chance is coming. But if you look at Erling Haaland's play, he doesn't snatch it. He's very composed because he knows that there's an abundance of chances coming. Yeah, you spot on. Get the ball and the attack. It's not even just the striker with me. My 10, if my number 10 is giving the ball away trying to break the lines, I'm calm with it. I just don't like my center backs or my damn goalkeeper giving away the ball. That's criminal. Like, two of the best goalkeepers in the world played in the Champions League for me this week. Well, shit, all three of them. Alisson, Courtois, and Oblak. Oblak gave the ball away. Like, he gave away a goal. Like, Tottenham gave Atletico 3 goals. Oblak gave him one right back. The Solanke goal was a colossal fuck up from Oblak. You don't want those players giving the ball away. But goddamn, man. I don't know what the hell. Let me see if I can get caught up on the football comments here. You know what? I'm recording the Cold Corner podcast today, yeah? And what we it's right after the Bruised Banana.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 crack commandments. What?
Copyright strikes coming. Copyright strikes coming. I'm recording the Cold Corner podcast today after the Bruised Banana, so it's a lot of streaming time for me today. We'll get into some. The chat left a bunch of questions in that we have to answer. Big up, Mr. Pads. There's gonna be a long day of streaming for me, and I'm on Rashid. Uncomfortable conversations right after this, and then goes into the Bruised Banana. So it's gonna be a day of streaming for me. But big up, man. Big up to everyone. Yes, the chat's out of pocket today. Chat's out. This is what you do to the damn chat, Eros. When Eros come through, you know what it is. Big up, man. Appreciate y'all being here. How we ahead in the league? I don't know. We are terrible. I'm just praying we do, even if it's just. So I'm sure if we just, then you don't think the people are crazy for saying even if he wins the league, we want him gone, right? Because it's from the positions that we were in, it shouldn't be a just. And the football aside, that should be grounds by itself for you to be like, fuck, man, what's this guy on? But you know, I actually took corn earlier in the season when I said we're underperforming. What do you mean we're underperforming? We're 6 points clear. I'm like, brother, that's what I'm saying. Like Pepper's talking about the league is this and the league is that. And I'm like, the league is shit because an underperforming Arsenal was 6 points clear. An underperforming Arsenal had the opportunity to go double-digit clears twice on 2 different occasions to go double-digit leads, and we're underperforming. We may not score 70 goals this year. That's underperforming. Arsenal not score. Fucking hell, man. It's mad. Arteta should have been sold 2 seasons ago, bro. Trossard is too old and now it's showing. He's too hurt. You know, he's not exactly a dead man walking at 32. You know, but I don't know, man. Arsenal really let us down yesterday. Quick question. Have you ever watched our games and spelling something? Last night, I smelled a stink through the screen. I clench my fist like this. When we make when Saka got on the edge, when we're playing from right to left, and there's 2 guys, there's a pass, and he tries to cut back and go through the 2 guys and loses the ball and lays there on the ground. I'm like, I'm frustrated, but I'm not half as frustrated as the guys who just ran 50 fucking yards to watch you give the ball away. You know what I'm saying? This is what used to cause fights in Jamaican dressing rooms, you know. Because Saka does that, his name is not Bakaya Saka anymore. Yo, pussy wall, pass the ball. Batty man. Them type of things. And it boils over in the dressing room. Because we're paying money. These men get paid to play. We pay money to play intramural in some of these corner leagues with the registration fee and all this shit. And you make those goddamn runs and man don't pass you the damn ball, bro. Because everyone calling for a free-flowing football, Arteta want to prove we can only win his way. That's the reason he refuses to apply different tactics. Arteta is a fucking narcissist. So so there is hope then. Because if he is doing this because he just wants to go against the grain, he just wants to be a contrarian, maybe if he wins the league this way, he will get more full of himself and then say, you know what, I'm going to try to win the league the way you all want me to win it. And then we'll see some football. But then he might do that. Then we don't win. And he's like, see, you want to win or you want pretty football? Nah, fuck all that. Football didn't start or we won't end with you, Mikhail. We have seen plenty of managers win football matches, win trophies, not playing this way. It's not the be-all, end-all with you, you know? But that's a great point. West Side, yeah? West side of Chicago, west side of LA. Did I have that west side? Let me see. Let's see if download this. Nah. West Coast TQ. I was looking for the TQ song, but I don't have it queued up. I don't want to play the whole shit. It's too long. The fact that we still don't rotate is crazy. And I don't rotate. He doesn't know what that is, bro. He's only fooling himself with this football. Marina had a decent attack. You know, even Simeone has a decent attack. Like, people think Atletico is just all for defense. When they decide to knock the ball around, they're a pretty good outfit. They do well for themselves, you know. But I'm fully in the camp that it's not that he doesn't want to play attacking football. I'm of the opinion that shit, he doesn't know how to, man. I think he completely stumbled into our 2023 form. The 2022, 2023 form, he stumbled in that shit. I can't lie. This whole narrative they're trying to push with Arsenal winning ugly and tough is BS. Henry should be ashamed because Arteta is still not rotating properly and completely winging the shit, bruv. Winging the shit out of it. And I don't know how. He's not going to get out of this rut. Big up to Footy. Artisan respect, people. Love, man. Imagine Vinny Jr. overrated. Imagine comparing Vinny to JMR. You know what? I was watching, someone sent me something of Esteval. You know how they do the Mbappe or this guy? It was Ronaldinho or Neymar. When he said Neymar, I locked that shit off. And then I was like, no, let me see what the rest of it is saying. Now, he ended with Pele as the beginning, at the end of it, but all Brazilians choose Pele. And in the comments, people were like, cut the kid some slack. He didn't see Ronaldinho play. Neymar is his idol. I tell you what, he didn't fucking see Pele play either. I guarantee you he didn't see Pele play, but he picked Pele better than all of them. Neymar over Ronaldinho. I was like, yeah, this stupid motherfucker. As if I needed another reason to hate a Chelsea player. I was like, but Neymar over Ronnie. Come on, son. Yeah. I'm proud of the player Vinny's become. I remember all those years back. Right? I think Vinny just aged in number. I don't think he's showing any more maturity. He's still doing the same fuck shit. You know? The company is listening to hit him up. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia some. I'm all for being positive, but when we can lose the final and be out the UCL in the same month, in the same week, bro, you know. When is the FA Cup game? I think the FA Cup game falls right around when we're supposed to play Newcastle, you know. So that game might get rescheduled. So we might have to do another one of those midweek fixtures where we have to play on 2 days rest and shit. And surely someone in the camp has told Mikel this. Because if I'm not mistaken, champion. Let me have a look of when the FA Cup fixture is. I know it's beginning of April or some shit. Come on now. April 4th. Yep. So there will be some reschedule going on. So might need to do some more rotation. Someone please tell him. Please tell him. Right, it's due to get chipped in Europe. He better not. He has used up all of his chips. You're only allowed to get lobbed twice in your career. So he's already maxed out. I know it was preseason, but we're still counting it when he got lobbed in Singapore. You know? Our set piece coach. So this is really a thing. Like, enough people are saying this, that is actually a thing. Like, do they know each other from back in the day or something? And they message each other before the game. Hey, if I score a set piece, you come over here and you come over here and do this if I score, and I'll come over there and do that if you score. Probably lost the bet. Arsenal is a great club to support. If you don't watch games, you think we're having a solid season. Yeah, especially if you listen to them, man. Players are taking time out for injuries. Is it possible it's been this has been seen as rotation? Yeah, sit down and get you by 5 to 7 minutes. That's your rotation. And while you're sitting down getting treatment, everyone else come over to me, huddle around, treat it like a basketball timeout, and I'll give you all more instructions. Yeah, not like I didn't give you instructions in the dressing room. I don't give you instructions all game. Let's use this timeout so I can give you more instructions. Let me over communicate to the players. You know, we are not underperforming. We are overperforming. We are not good at all. We're somehow, we stink house our way to the Premier League title. We will seriously have a decision to make. We'll sit back and be like, do you want to put yourself through another season of this? I say no, but I'm not in any capacity to turn down fucking trophies. We must win. We must do better, Arsenal. We absolutely must. And with that, first loss, and he will revert to type. I can hear it. I can fully hear that. These YNs are cracked. Fully cracked. West Side says Mateo. I'm an East Coast boy, but I live on the West Coast right now. For now, going back to the East as at the earliest opportunity. But bigger, man, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for an hour and a half for your time of helping me rant. I was still mad. I was still vexed. Catch me on Rashid's and then Bruce Banana, and look out for the Cold Corner podcast loading soon. Good episode of Hip Hop Talk. Big you up, pack up Mikkel, pack him all up and get him a pache. Like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.
Turn your lights down low. Mr. Bombastic, really fantastic. Touch me on the box, she says I'm Mr. Rowe. Everyone goes a little love sometimes. You better know when your name lover. One step on Chichi Man. From them apart in a Chichi Man car. Oh yo!
No respect, disrespect in all aspects. Someone who know who them a deal with them to stop and check.